Anyway, there's Buckeyes and Hackberries, and there's some of the native wild onions across the creek. So all those things are going to be able to proliferate and spread their seeds, especially these native wild onions are all going to seed, and so I'm going to let them and also help them get their seeds in the ground so they can spread. I'm also going to plant ramps over here, and I'm going to plant just a bunch of native stuff. This is going to be, why I have the native nursery, is so that I can propagate this stuff on my own and then spread it on this hillside right here, because really this is the most ideal place. It gets sun, it gets shade, it's wet, and then I can grow them even more out here. And then once I'm done with the remediation more in the woodlands, I can start doing that. Right now I'm removing just removing trees. So like I was saying, we moved in, this entire buffer right here, this buffer zone, this edgeland habitat was all honeysuckle. And that's why there's a lot of native plants coming up here instead of the grass and the sedge over there. So basically I'm just managing it right now. There's a lot of cleaver, which is native, but it's kind of taking over certain areas, so I'm freeing up some of the plants. I've planted some trees back here, understory trees like redbud, which is like right over there. I also did some live stake red twig dogwoods over there, and I also got a persimmon over there. And I've got a button bush in the greenhouse right now I got from a bare root, so I'm going to try and propagate that. But when we remove the honeysuckle over here, I know it's hard to see, but right there and there are all elderberries that just came up on their own. And so the more light that I've given them, the bigger they're able to grow up and over everything. And eventually I want this to be a nice elderberry patch. And yeah, so basically just still doing this stuff. We got a lot of this nodding rye that's coming up, which is fine. It's a little bit aggressive, but it does bunch pretty well instead of spreading rhizomatically. So I don't know if I'm going to let this go to seed this year. I'm probably going to go ahead and give some of them the chop before they go to seed. That way other things can spread, because there's nettle down here. I'm going to introduce wood nettle. I've introduced ramps over here, and the cohosh, which is about to go to flower, which is going to be beautiful. And there's a mayapple under there too. You can tell the jewelweed kind of covers everything, but that's okay. Got tons of the hog peanut around right there, and that helps to kind of pull down that rye as well. So a lot of good things going on, and it's just going to take a little bit of that nudging human presence to drive the things that are not problematic, and also control those non-problematic populations as well, so that you can get diversity. Because even native plants can tend to take over, and sometimes you want to free up stuff, observe, and make sure that you know what's good, what's not so good, and you can make decisions from there. And it should be like an ever-evolving